Alright, what's up guys? Today we're gonna be reading some gay-ass homosexual shit. Yeah, I was bored, so I decided to read some Beatles fanfictions. Yes, that is a thought that crossed my mind. I am insane. So yeah, let's just fucking go. Lenison number 1. I sighed aimlessly, looking around the studio. Ringo didn't show up yet, so we were just waiting and waiting and waiting. My eyes drifted over to where Paul and George were standing. I snickered and rolled my eyes. Paul was flirting with George again. Classic. You might be thinking that means that that they are a couple, but nope. According to good old Paulie, it's just harmless fun. If he did it with Ringo, I'd be fine with it. Hell, if he did it with me, I'd be fine with it. But God forbid anyone flirts with George except me. Does no one like Ringo? Oh, that's sad. Why wouldn't you like Ringo? He was mine and I loved him. Well, I haven't gone around to telling him that yet. Usually it's because Paul is always around him or we're at band practice. I yelled, Paul! Snapped me back to reality. And I could see Paul leaning in on Gio. Why the fuck would you call him Gio? It's like fucking rocks or some shit. And him looking very uncomfortable as his best mate was basically about to kiss him without warning. I jump up to George's defense and push Paul away from him. He started laughing? I heard more of it and turned around to see George was holding his stomach and laughing his arse off. What? I stared in confusion and Paul says, oh Lord, he actually fell for it. Don't worry, oh my goodness. Don't worry, Lennon, I wasn't about to kiss your boyfriend. He adds, as he sees my angry face, what do you mean, boyfriend? I growl. Oh, we can see you staring at Gio here all the time. He giggles while getting up. Honestly, you act so queer around him. He chuckles. Alright, Paul, I won't be a dick and rub salt in the wound. George scolds, but still visible smiling. Ew, 'twas a joke, Johnny. We know you're not queer for me. My heart shattered. I want to see how this ends. As George sees my face fall and around my eyes growing damp, he adds a little word, yeah, right? I grab his wrist and pull him into the broom closet and turn on the light. I could see George's confused features throwing shadows onto his handsome face. John, listen, it was a joke. No, you... I can't read this. I can't. No, you listen. There's literally tears in my eyes. Holy shit. Why is this so funny? I'm actually crying. No, you listen. I interrupt him. Paul is right. I am queer for you. And I can't bear seeing you two being all flirty all the time. It breaks my heart. I know this is a lot to take in, and I know you're not queer, so I'm not expecting you to say or do anything, but I think it's best if we just keep this moment to ourselves. I choked up the last part as I faced the bitter reality that George would never love me romantically. son, he breathes. I didn't really mean to upset you. I didn't know you liked me like that. His voice became soft towards the end. It made my heart skip a beat and break into a million pieces at the same time. I looked away, trying to keep the tears from spilling. I expected George to have left by now, but instead he cut my cheek and moved his face to his, moved my head to face his. And that's when the first tear slipped. And then more and more. Soon I was downright sobbing while George whispered soothing nothings to me, and his hands still on my cheek. I didn't notice him inching closer and closer. But what I definitely did notice was his lip on mine. I know some of my friends are watching this. And you know what? No matter your intention, honestly, just fucking shove me in a broom closet and start crying. You know? But anyways, after he pulled away, I had to stare at him for a moment, but then mumbled, "You did that just to shut me up, didn't you?" I was answering with a smirk, and yet another war-ending kiss. "No, 'cause I love you." He answered after breaking away. "Oh, you too." Oi, 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 you got a license. You got a license for that. Or you two can schedule your lovers' quarrel for some time else. Richie's here. Oh, there's no comma there. I just read that with no break. We hear Paul yell from the other side of the door, "We're coming!" George answers and gives me one last peck on the lips before opening the door and leaving a very blissful me behind. Oh, this shit's hilarious, dude. Okay, I have to read more. Mick Harrison. Wait, Ayo? This is canon? Okay. Paul's POV. I rushed out of the door, trying to avoid missing the school bus. Thank the Lord I just about made it. But when I stepped inside, I almost wished I hadn't. For the only seat left was a double-seater in front of none other than George Harrison. How is this a problem? I'll tell you why it's a problem. That two-faced devil of a gorgeous man was a right git. Why? Well, I'm getting into that. As you noticed, I described him as a gorgeous... Oh, this poor kid can't spell gorgeous. To be fair, I don't think I can either. Wait, is that actually how you spell it? Surely not. I actually can't spell it. Oh shit. And that's because, quite frankly, he is. But that's exactly the problem. He uses it to his advantage since he knows all the girls adore him and his bloody cheekbones. So if he wanted something from one of them, he'd flirt a little and instantly get it. But in reality, he didn't care for girls like that, if you know what I mean. Okay, is it just me, or do they all look the same? I think this is just me, and I think a lot of people can, distinguish between each one of them. But, I fucking can't, because I guess it's because they all have the same hairstyle, and they're all white men, but, I can't tell the difference between any of them. Okay, anyway. But why did I hate him so much? Well, I've fallen for the Harrison charm as well, and he knows it. He constantly tries to talk to me, but I brush him off trying to avoid him. I know in the end he'll just use me to get what he wants. Back to here and now on the school bus, I direct my gaze to the floor and shuffle to that cursed seat. I know I shouldn't have, but I couldn't resist, so I sneak a glance up at George and mentally kick myself for doing so, 'cause he was staring right at me, with one of those devilishly handsome smirks. "Hello, Polly," George purrs, leaning over the back of my seat. "Hello, George," I simply answer, hoping the conversation would end at that, but naturally it didn't. I keep switching between accents. I don't know what the fuck I'm supposed to do anymore. "Notice you haven't been brushing me off lately. Why is that?" "'Cause if I'm honest, I don't really like you," I mumble, doing everything I could to mask my flustered nature around him. "Oh dear, how come?" He still had that smug tone that I hated, yet made my heart throb. "'Cause you keep trying to flirt with me," I answered quietly, as if not to attract any attention. "Oh, I thought you liked that." He grins, letting one of his hands fall on my shoulder and gently stroke it. I gulp, but don't show any other signs of insecurity. "No, I don't like it," I say in a more stern tone, giving him a side glare while knowingly telling a lie. "Why not, Polly?" George now whispers in my ear. "Because I'm not like you. I'm not a queer." Lies. "And for the umpteenth time, I don't like when you flirt with me. So stop." Lies, lies, lies. "You sure you don't like it?" he asked with a grin spreading across his face. Yes. God, I wish someone would flirt with me like George does to, Paulie. I'm just saying. I'm just putting that out there. I answer, a little unsure. Was I missing something? What was giving it away? Well, maybe you should check below the He giggles, his hand still stroking my shoulder, but steadily moving to my chest. I glance down and hurriedly cross my legs. Sus. Seriously? Now? That was a thing, I mumbled. You really must stop telling lies, you know. What do you mean? I snapped at him. You are a queer, and you do like it when I flirt with you, and that is not morning wood. And how would you know? I sneer. It wasn't there when you got on the bus, he chimes. I scoff. Oh. Why were you looking down there? Why shouldn't I? This is so fucking funny, dude. Now it was impossible not to blush. Also, can people hear this? Because they're on a bus, right? And the bus is full, so there's people, like, surrounding them. Surely someone hears this. And, thank God the bus arrived at school, so I shoot out of my seat and hurry down the aisle of the bus door, but George was faster and snatched my bag off my shoulders. "George!" I yell, but he just keeps running, so I already scold myself for what I'm about to do and follow him around the corner. "George, stop!" I yell at him and slam his shoulder against the wall, but George is much taller than me. He dangles my bag over my head. "Looking for something, pretty boy?" he teases. "Give me my bag!" I demand. "Give me a kiss," he smugly answers, leaning closer to my face. What? Dude, does anyone else's, like, lungs and throat fill up with fucking phlegm whenever they laugh too much? Or am I just dying? "Give me a kiss and I'll give you your bag," he answers. I was just about to object, but with a glance at my watch, I noticed I was going to be late for class if I didn't do what he says. "Fine," I mumble. "Sorry, what was that?" George smirks. "Fine!" I repeat louder, starting to get annoyed, but as soon as the words spilled from my lips, he closed the gaps and met his lips on mine. Holy shit, I'm visualizing it. Oh god. It was by far not a simple peck on the lips. No. It was the most passionate kiss I've ever experienced. He moved his lips against mine, and I heard my bag fall to the ground and felt two firm hands on my hips. Part of me wanted to break away, but the bigger part of me... Where's that bigger part of you, Paulie? But when George moved onto my neck, leaving a love bite in the crook of it, I forced myself to mumble, George, not now. He broke away from my neck and looked at me and with raised eyebrows. But maybe later? I asked, unsure. Anytime, baby. He answers, making my heart flutter before he gives me one last kiss, and I hurry off to class. I was still late. Yeah, that was something. I guess if you, enjoyed that, subscribe. I don't fucking know. Yeah, like the video, probably. I know how to YouTube. I'm YouTubing.
It's okay to leave your dog in a hard car. It's okay.